Is it starting? Okay. So, I'm Blake. I'm Blake Rogers, and this is
Maya Davis, obviously.
Are you gonna get in the camera?
Yeah.
All the way. Okay. So we are. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. We are going to do like a serious talk for our first video ever. And what's our topic?
Let's talk about depression.
So, depression. We've both been through it many, many times. And it sucks. And basically what depression means is
Feelings of severe, not feeling like you don't care, but it can make you care a lot about what other people think of you. You can feel like everyone's talking about you and you never want to be happy. It's just constantly like a demon just on your shoulder, It's not something we can control either. You can't blame someone for that. It's something you're diagnosed with as you grow up. It's something that had to hit you hard. Like, your parents, anything, honestly, could have hit you hard enough to... It could be anything. Kids at school, it's not funny to make fun of someone for it.
And people need to realize that what you say hurts other people. Like, instead of telling people, like, oh, she looks funny, why don't you walk up to her and tell her, you look pretty today? Because you never know. She could be going through stuff at home that makes her or him, either gender, that makes it to where they can't look their best because maybe they don't get enough sleep because they have to take care of their younger siblings, or because they have to constantly listen to their parents fight, or they don't have a good enough house so they can't shower every night like we get to. You don't know their story. You know their name. Like, maybe you don't even know their name. You probably only know what they look like, and it's not okay to just freaking judge people because you might have it good. Like, you might think that your life sucks. Like, I felt like my life sucks, and then I have another friend, and he has cancer, and he's been diagnosed with depression, like severe depression, and he has to constantly live with that. And his mom's gone because she's in Paris and he's not, and so he's battling his mind and his demons at home by himself because he doesn't want his mom to come home and find him dead. And just knowing that his life is worse than mine, like, to him, my life would be paradise. So stop acting like you have the worst freaking life in the world, because there's always somebody that's gonna have something worse.
Before you judge someone, at least walk in their shoes or just, try to relate to them. You can't always judge someone by the way they look. Take an example. There was this girl named Grace. Never thought she was going to be the best friend. And then I got to know her. She didn't always match and stuff like that. It's just because that's the way she liked to dress. And her personality actually fitted. She was lesbian. And she came out with a narrative speech in class. Everyone tried to make fun of her. To over 50 kids about it. And they tried to make fun of her. And she was completely confident. She's confident in herself. She doesn't let stuff get to her like that anymore. The fact that you can overcome depression is such a great thing, and to feel so good about yourself. Why don't they teach us in school to love ourselves, and why don't they teach you guys to love someone else for who they are? We can't always control this and the way our body is. That's how we are.
And the fact that her friend had enough confidence in herself to come out and say that to everybody in the class in front of everybody shows that she doesn't give two flying pigs what other people think about her. Because it's her. And she realized that all she has to do is believe that she's happy. And if she's happy, then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And, I hear parents talk about, let's say there's this kid on the side of the road, and he was walking. and he didn't have nice clothes, and he looked like he was from the ghetto. Maybe he was, and like they judge that person, they judge that kid. Let's be serious. And then their kid, like if they have a child who's sitting in the car with them, their kid's gonna think it's perfectly fine to judge people by how they look. So they're gonna go to school the next day and start judging people. Like, I bet a bunch of people watching this, if you guys are even watching this, think that I suck because I'm a Seahawks fan. But I don't care because it's my team and it's not about what you guys think. And I like Seahawks, and anybody who wants to give me crap about it can suck my toe because I like them a lot. And like, I always hear parents say like, well, their parents obviously didn't do a good job of like raising their child. It's like, well, obviously either are you because you're judging them. Like, do a better job of teaching your kids to not judge other people by how they look. Judge them by how they act and what they say. Because if you don't, then you're heartless and you're cold. And you never know. Like we don't know. Right now we're judging people who judge people, which means that we're just as low as they are. And maybe people judge people, like maybe people judge other people because they have a heart at home, and they're bullying other people because they can't turn their life around. They can't do anything about their life, and so they feel the need to point out like the flaws that they see in others that they know they have. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Good, good. Like if you're going through depression, I'm sorry, and I know it sucks because you're just in a dark place, completely by yourself. You feel like nobody knows. You feel like nobody knows how you feel. I know. Like, believe me, I know. Deep. And so does she. Like, 2 years ago, my brother died. And recently, my family members has had 2 miscarriages right after her dog died. Because she can't get pregnant. Because when she was younger, she got pregnant and the baby was growing in her tube. Or, yeah, in the tubes instead of the egg. And it burst. And so, I see how hard she has it. And, like, seeing her upset and seeing how upset everybody else is makes me upset. And I feel like I'm going back into depression. And then I remind myself that I am worth it. That my family loves me. And that I made an impact on people's lives. And I assure you that if you're watching this because you're going through depression, I assure you that you have made an impact on people's lives. I've talked way too much. Your turn.
I just start out with my story. I think it was about 3rd grade when I started to get that I got diagnosed with depression. There was this kid who I didn't know, and me and my friend Esme would. This is when I went to Grace Jordan, and that was a while ago. But we'd always hang out at recess, and there was this kid who always thought it was funny to skip his classes to go see us. We were constantly made fun of by him, and I had really low self-esteem then because she was the only friend I had. Because everyone liked to call me pig face and just make fun of me because I couldn't stick up to them. I had no friends. My parents were always constantly fighting, and they didn't make me feel any better about myself. I mean, I loved them to death, and they tried to do the best they could. It was just hard the way my family was struggling. And so this kid would drag us against the concrete every day, and it just got to where I had my feelings were just burst. I didn't talk to anyone. I lost all my friends after that. I stopped talking to everyone. I couldn't stand my life. 4th grade, 5th, and 6th, I was constantly battling with people's voices. And that's when I made a couple friends like her and some other people who showed me that there's a lot more to life and that you can just stick up to people and just say, well, I don't care. Stuff. And that's when I started to get confident. I'm supposed to be taking medication for it, but I chose not to. It's called Zoloft. And I think it was about 2 weeks before school started this year. And I guess I'm just coming straight out with this. just voices hurt, and you gotta realize that the fact that you could push someone over the edge to kill themselves is not okay. It's not. Just think if you how your mom would feel if someone else made you kill yourself and put you in that position. Like, how would you feel if you were made fun of? Stop. Just think. How others feel. Like, we're not trying to diss on you guys. Like, I understand you're this way for some reason, and you might feel the same way. Just think, though. Think about how these other people feel. Like, especially schools. I'm going to talk about teachers right now. You guys say you're going to stop bullying. Where is the act? Where are you guys putting stop to the kids that are being bullied are getting suspended? Why is this happening? Why aren't you putting a stop to the kids who are starting drama towards kids and making them feel low about themselves?
Like, I hear teachers, they're like, okay, if you're getting bullied, then you can come talk to me, and I'll talk to the principal, and I'll put a stop to it. I was getting bullied, and I tried to tell my principal, and he said, okay, well, we need proof. I was like, okay, then I'll give you proof. Stop! And I wanted to hit him. And I'm going to tell you right now,
It's not how
if you're feeling
guys.
suicidal or depressed, or you feel the need to self-harm, just know that you're completely so much better than whatever you're going to use. Like, if you're going to cut yourself, you're so much better than the blade or the knife or the scissors or whatever you're going to use. You're a million. You're a million times better than that. Because you're worth it. To me. I don't even know you. And I don't even know you.
Fix it.
I don't even know you. But I care about you a lot. And your family, if you do decide to kill yourself, just know that you'll be getting rid of the pain, but you're not getting rid of it. You're dumping your pain onto somebody else. And they have to deal with that. They have to live with that. And some people might decide not to live with it. They might kill themselves because you did. You can have like a chain reaction. I'm not trying to make you feel like guilty or anything. But I want you to think about the impact that you have on other people's lives. Like, I was depressed, and I was doing some stuff that I shouldn't have done. And my family found out, and I realized how much I actually meant to them. And I realized that they care about me a lot more than I originally thought they did, because I didn't tell them how I was feeling. I didn't tell them that I felt alone, like I was in the dark. Okay. I didn't tell them that I felt alone. And then
I don't care.
I don't care. And seriously, when I saw their reaction to what I was doing, made me realize that they care so much that they actually completely love me to death. No matter how much you think people aren't going to care, if you think people aren't going to notice that you're gone, people are definitely going to notice.
They will.
And, like, let's say you did kill yourself. The girl who said no to being a partner in science class will feel horrible because she thought that her just saying yes could have saved your life. The guy who ran into you in the hall and didn't look back and say sorry, he's in depression now because he feels like just one smile could have saved your life. You're going to have an impact on other people around you. And you're amazing, and you're beautiful, or handsome, whatever you are. You're you. And you just need to realize that you have to do what makes you happy and not others. Don't care about what other people say. If they compliment you, care. If they don't, tell them to piss off. And we love you. We don't even know who you are, but we love you to death. Because we love everybody. And yeah.
And if people are gonna judge on you and hate on you, you forget about them. You don't need them.
Because you know what you are.
Life.
You know what you are.
You know what you are. You know how you feel. You know the truth. You know anything against them. If you know that, then know that. Don't argue with them. Just know that you know. It means nothing.
Just know yourself and know your true value, because you're worth so much more than you think you are if you're depressed. Because I know how that feels. But we're going to end this video because this video is freaking long. Yeah. So.
We'll leave musically links down below.
See you.